Chapter 624. Before anyone could express their surprise at the fact that a Duke of Imperial descent had behaved in such a manner towards a commoner, Yudhir's expression, which had been blank for a moment, contorted, and he violently withdrew his hand as if he had been burned. ... Disgust, confusion, anger, and all other negative emotions that he could not hide were openly displayed. The fierce emotions that swept through his wide open eyes were laid bare for all to see. Gradually, the laughter around them died down and silence fell. As Yudhir exhaled a hot breath between his tightly clenched lips, Kishir suddenly burst into clear laughter. "Oh, did you not like that? Now that you have become the commander of the cavalry, I thought you would be worthy of such a greeting. It seems my little joke has elicited quite the response." Everyone gasped as they saw the scratch on the lips of Duke Paleta, who had just raised his head. The man who nonchalantly rubbed the slightly bleeding wound seemed to ponder what more to say before adding just one more sentence. Well then, Count Yudhirian Ale, I wish you well as a new cavalry commander from afar. Though anyone would probably do a more sincere job than me. Anyway, take care." With a nonchalant greeting and a wry smile, Kishir turned his back before getting a response. He approached Emperor Kachyan, who had been observing the situation, to bid farewell. "Then I shall take my leave now. I'm about to depart for Paleta and have much to do before I go." It was clear from his expression that he wasn't actually busy with many tasks. Emperor Kachyan, hearing his sophisticated yet frivolous tone, nodded with a cool smile. "Then there is nothing to be done about it." After showing his respect, Kishir withdrew. As he moved away, the nobles, who had been silent until then, began to chatter and laugh again. It wasn't unusual for the carefree Duke Paleta to draw criticism for his thoughtless actions, especially when he ended up bleeding from his mouth for trying to mock someone of common birth. It was so typical of him that it was almost laughable. Who said that the new commander stood in Duke Paleta's shadow at this gathering? He seemed like nothing but an enemy. It seems that even Duke Paleta can only toy with the cavalry for so long, and that was all there was to it. After a few comments, people quickly forgot about him. Instead, their thoughts were filled with the new emperor, who had shown a dignified and unshakable power, like the previous imperial family, whose influence had completely waned. Contrary to everyone's expectations that the cavalry would be disbanded, the young emperor had instead bestowed a great title and opportunity on the new cavalry commander. Wouldn't those who had been loyally serving the emperor, even if they were of common birth, receive recognition? The thought quickly spread that under Emperor Kachyan's reign, even those who had been unfairly pushed out of the center of power due to lack of family influence might now dream of new opportunities. The nobles, quick to notice the changing tides of history, congratulated themselves for being there and began to make their calculations. Emperor Kachyan too smiled willingly at their greedy gazes, his face suggesting he already knew what they were thinking. The fact that a common-born novice had been granted such an overwhelming title and name no longer attracted anyone's interest. And there was Yudhir, silently watching the back of Kishir as he opened the door and left alone. ... "Oh, Kishir!" I'm pretty sure that was also a calculative move from him so that they don't think that Yudhir was always in the hands of Kishir Lahore, and gives him that power and removes him from that doubt that, oh, what if he's working on behalf of Kishir? What if he rebels with Kishir using the cavalry? So to kind of like suppress all of those future rumors, he's doing all this. And that clear exhibit of Yudhir hating and showing those emotions in front of all those people kind of like, solidifies that. I'm sure it hurt like hell inside. Fuck. I think Kishir did everything possible to make sure Yudhir has this nice path ahead of him and never get suppressed, even at the cost of himself and his pride. And that is so freaking sad. I'm glad that we don't have to read the first timeline as a whole story and wait for the regression to happen. Because the angst, oh my gosh, I don't think I would be able to take the first timeline. I'm glad we just get like small flashbacks here and there, and even those are very difficult to read through. Ah, gosh. I'm just looking forward to the happy ending of this story, this timeline, where we will have all these nice people and all these snobby nobles will be crushed. Could this be the last time with Kishir Lahore? He hadn't imagined a beautiful ending, but he never expected it to end like this either. An indescribable feeling welled up in him, but the inexperienced youth didn't know how to express or resolve it. Yudhir watched the man disappear beyond the door without looking back even once and clenched his fist. Just as he was about to turn away with the cold wind and head toward the opposite direction, if you grip your fist that tightly, you might hurt your hand. Yudhir stopped in his tracks as if he had seen a ghost. The man who had just disappeared was now standing in front of him. How could this be? Yudhir stepped back in surprise and caution, and the man smiled with softened eyebrows. It was a smile that seemed fragile and pained. Yudhir saw a smile he had never seen before, yet it was strangely familiar, and the unfamiliar Kishir Lahore spoke. Can you see me now? So, who am I? Kishir Lahore? That's right. Yudhir then realized something. Initially, too shocked to recognize him, the man's attire was completely different from that of Duke Paleta, who was just in front of him. He was dressed simply as if about to travel, and his complexion and eyes were different from before, in a way. If he had to describe it, it felt more like a living person. Quickly looking around, he saw the nobles still bustling. Emperor Kachyan was quietly talking with the chief attendant. They seemed oblivious to Duke Paleta's disappearance and his return in a different form. Only Yudhir seemed to see Kishir here. How could this be possible? Lost in thought, the man slowly continued. It's time to wake up from your dream. A dream? This? It seemed unbelievable, yet he turned his head. The faces of the nobles and the emperor began to blur strangely. The hall of glory they stood in did the same. Yudhir, feeling the ground beneath him turn into darkness, reflexively grabbed the man in front of him. The man did not push Yudhir away, but instead held him tightly, as if invisible strings were binding them together. I knew this. They had a connection. Feeling the familiar scent from his embrace, Yudhir faintly felt his mind waver. Yes, now it seems clear. All that he had just seen was something he had experienced before. Suddenly, a feeling of deep falling engulfed them. They fell like leaves into an abyss. Yudhir clenched the embraced body tightly, gritted his teeth, and opened his eyes wide. Dot. Breathing heavily, he saw the shabby walls of a cabin beyond his breath. A dream? He had experienced dreams of the past many times, but this dream was somewhat strange. The situation at the appointment ceremony was one thing, but what about Kishir suddenly appearing in the middle of it? Kishir, who suddenly intruded midway through the dream, was wearing the same clothes as the man currently embracing Yudhir with his eyes closed. This had never happened in his past dreams before. Could it be an effect of the heat period? Hold on a second. So the current timeline Kishir is appearing in the dreams as well, along with the Kishir of past timeline? I hope Kishir also gets his memories back so that he also feels complete and feels all the emotions and have this whole story. And I'm still worried about that, holes in Yudhir's soul or something. They are slowly getting filled for sure as soon as he's trying to gather those memories and rewriting those memories with facts, because he had one perspective and they're completely different. But I'm pretty sure they bonded in their previous life during his heat. That's why he's scentless. And Kishir obviously severed that. That's why he has these broken memories. But there is this strange feeling. I don't want husky and white cat season to happen, but I want Kishir to have his memories intact like either did, so that they can go past. Because I feel if it's only either who shoulders the previous timeline memories, it will be too much. I don't think I'll say too much. I'm pretty sure Kishir grasped everything. He doesn't need like every damn instance to know what has happened and how much pain he suffered as well as caused either, or how much pain either has felt or had shouldered alone. He doesn't need to experience it like slide by slide. So I think I'm okay that way too. Oh my gosh, I'm just like waiting for the whole past timeline to be like done and we can just focus on the future. As Idir pondered whether to wake the man with his eyes closed, lost in thought, the lashes of Kishir fluttered slightly. A moment later, his eyelids opened, revealing his bright red eyes without a hint of sleepiness. The man, after silently observing Idir's features for a while, quietly spoke. I once wondered why you reacted differently to the same action. I couldn't figure out why you welcomed a kiss on the forehead or cheek, yet recoiled from one on the back of the hand. Idir felt a sudden sinking feeling in his chest. Wait a freaking second, I know what it is. They are sharing dreams. Idir felt a sudden sinking feeling in his chest. Kishir looked down, a faint smile on his face. Now I understand the answer. Commander, you couldn't mean just now in the dream. Before Idir could finish, Kishir pulled him in closer with a stronger embrace. Yes, it was me. The idea that they had shared the same dream was already hard to believe, but this time Kishir had entered Idir's dream with clear consciousness. Even though he now knew what had happened in his past life, seeing it directly like this was a vastly different experience. It might even be better than seeing his own death, but remembering how until recently Kishir had been endlessly reviewing the strategy game without even sleeping in secret, Idir was at a loss for words. I didn't intend for it, that. It's okay. Before Idir could slowly speak, Kishir firmly replied. I was a bit surprised when I realized it was your dream. You didn't seem to fully recognize me, so I just followed and watched you. I never thought I would see my previous game self in this way. After a brief pause, as if choosing his words, the man chuckled. Seeing it firsthand, I guess I feel relieved. Relieved? It was a different response that Idir had expected. But looking at his expression, he didn't seem to be lying. Even employing all his senses and subtle connections, he felt the same. Still, Idir cautiously sought confirmation. Really? I have really lost a lot of trust after the last incident. It's easy to destroy but hard to build, isn't it? Kishir made a pained face as he shook his head, then tapped Idir's head with a clearer smile than before. But it's true. ... I won't ask how you felt then. I don't wish to. Kishir asked if he could talk about his impressions and question him. Slowly, Idir nodded in unfamiliar feelings. Yes. It took a while for Kishir to start speaking, unlike his playful words earlier. He caressed Idir's hair and back for a long time, lost in thought, then slowly began to speak. Your outfit was really beautiful. I have never thought that way. No, at first I thought it was the same as mine, but upon closer inspection, I realized the embroidery and fabric were quite different from mine. But then, a different question arose. What is it? I once saw you in a commander's outfit in the illusion of Nahan. Kishir, with an unsmiling face, brought up something unexpected. The outfit I saw then was the same as the one in the dream. I didn't think much about it then, as the illusion itself was the issue. I only recognized that you were wearing a commander's outfit. But seeing an outfit that I had never seen before in an illusion, what should I think of that? Interesting. Exactly, what should we think? I thought Nahan's abilities were more of taking your fear and showing it to you, and he himself doesn't know what you are seeing. So, how did this happen? There is this some random soul magic happening which we don't have any clue about. Come on, this is so freaking complicated.